In today's video, I'm going to show you how to upgrade LED headlights on an old Squarebody Chevrolet. I've already replaced them on the passenger side and I ran into a bunch of challenges. I'm making this video to hopefully make your journey a little bit easier. As you can see, these are the original headlights and these are the new LED headlights. Quite a big difference. So let's get into it. The first thing we need to do is we need to take off this bezel. These are our star bits. So there's 2 screws on top, 2 screws on the bottom. And that just lifts right out. These old screws have been in here for so long. You got to take out 4 screws on each headlight, but I found on the other one they stripped out super easy. So I'm going to try to hit these with WD-40, try to make sure that they don't strip out. Alright, I got one that came out without a problem. Oh, these are nowhere near as hard as the other ones. So there's your retaining ring for the headlights. And the headlight should pull out. Should at least be enough to get the back off of the bulb. First challenge I ran into is that the new LED bulbs are 3-prong, and so they won't work on the old plug. So I went to AutoZone and bought another pigtail so I can replace that, and then the bulbs will work. The low beams have the 3-prong already, so the modification we're going to have to make is on the high beams. There's a retaining ring for the low beams. So the low beams already have the 3-prong. Now on the other side, they were wired wrong, so when I plugged it in, turned them on low beam I was getting high, and on high beam I was getting low. So it's exactly the opposite. So these are the new bulbs that I got from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description so you can find them. Original fit, size, everything. It's got a extra little cord that plugs into your receptacle on your vehicle. And then it just depends on whether they're wired correctly for this. So before I get too far into it, I'm going to plug this in and see how it runs. There we go. Alright, let's go turn the key on. Alright, so right now I have absolutely no light, so this one is wired wrong. So according to their schematic, this is for the high beam, this one is the ground, and this one is low beam. So we'll have to rewire that pigtail to match. Alright, so I got all my pigtails out, so what I'm going to do now is just try to test wire so I can figure out the correct wiring layout. So this one's a black. I'm going to assume it's the ground. They're saying ground goes here. I think this is the one that goes down to the high beam. Alright, let's test it and see what we got. Alright, so I still don't have any light. So we'll just do process of elimination then. Okay. As you can see, all the LEDs are lit up. So this is bright. The same bulb will do high beam and low beam. All right, so right now the truck is on high beam. And so now you'll see that only certain LEDs are lit up. So that's what it does on the low beam mode. So now we've got it wired right, just need to put it back into the plug and reattach it. So I want to reproduce this exactly. Slide all these into the pigtail plastic. Okay, all those are good and solid. I'll reconnect it, test it again, just to be sure. Alright, that's our low beam. And that's our high beam. So now we know we have this one wired right. Alright, on this one we're going to have to rewire it though. Don't have a lot to work with, but the good news is we can cut it right at the wire. And I guess this isn't going to really help us, so I'll go ahead and put this one back. It's so nice because you can do all of this from outside the vehicle. You don't have to move the battery, you don't have to do anything crazy. If I can get this out, then maybe I won't have to cut it and splice it. So I've got my new pigtail. Now obviously it's a three-way, but I'm only going to wire two of them. I'll just have to test to see which two will light up the light. Alright, so we're on brights. So we want this to come on. Okay, that's bright. Let's see what the yellow one does. Okay, that is low beam. So this is always going to be high beam. So we're going to use the red and the black. Okay, that's constant high beam. Red and black on this. Alright, we'll slide our heat shrink up and we'll melt that and that'll keep that from shorting out. Make sure it still works. Alright, we are on brights. Make sure when I turn the brights off that this goes completely off. These are pretty affordable on Amazon, and you know you gotta change the wiring, so that's a little annoying. But otherwise, it's a fit that looks like the OEM. The wiring really wasn't that bad if you know how to do wiring. If you got value out of this today, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll keep making videos as I keep doing little tinkers to my old Blue. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video. Low beams. Oh, that looks so much better. Nice white light.